Good morning. It's Tim Seymour at 8:30, and we are looking at markets that are drifting slightly higher this morning. What has been a pretty quiet start to the year, emerging China down 85 bips, India up 10 bips, South Korea up 90 bips, Taiwan big outperformer, and that's mostly coming from the semi space where UMC rallied big into the close and seeing some follow through Taiwan semi. Tech really kicking some butt right now into Central Europe. Again, Russian markets locally are closed. Russian ADRs are down about 1% trading in London. Oil prices are down about 19 cents on Brent. So mostly sideways and holding on to some pretty strong gains. All you can hear about in terms of the news is snow from Brooklyn to Beijing. So continuing to support both oil, heating, distillates, and even gas prices. Central Europe flat to down slightly. Turkey up 24 bips. Latin America, seeing Brazil up 32 bips this morning. Brazil's been smoking hot this year. Chile down 17 basis points. You had some settlement in the Codelco copper strike, so we're seeing copper prices somewhat sympathetic on that. And into South Africa, markets are flat there. Currencies are quiet. S&P is down about two points, but rallying up on actually pretty decent ADP numbers, which at the end of the day, despite being slightly weaker than expected, are showing some U.S. job growth in the near future. China, their think tank has been discussing GDP for 2010. Some talk that it may be as high as 16%. So calls for tighter monetary policies are absolutely out there. There is some talk also that there would be a one-off rise of the yuan against the dollar. Expectations of this revaluation, I think, are still overdone, despite the fact that China is keeping this currency definitely weak and managed to still maintain this export trend despite everything they're doing to try to stimulate the domestic economy. Industrial production in Brazil came out slightly weaker this morning, but at 5.1%. Again, this is still a very impressive number. Talked a bit about steel yesterday, but a number of the steel companies are getting some bit as Mittal is ending short-time working regime at this Florange plant, where essentially they're restarting the blast furnaces next week. They're rehiring, and you're seeing steel demand and steel prices around the world continue to rally. That's it from here. We'll talk to you soon.